Hello and welcome back to Beyond the Gates Highlights. Today we're talking about episode 3 and 4. So let's start with episode 3. Danny goes to Bill's office with a golf club and she breaks up a meeting and she kind of has her Angela Bassett where she has the golf club and she knocks everything off of Bill's desk and it breaks up the meeting he was having, and the people he was meeting with runs out the office and he's basically looking at her like, well, what are you doing? So next, Chelsea is talking to Naomi. She's telling her that she's quitting modeling, and I'm thinking probably because she's feeling suffocated by Danny, although Chelsea doesn't give Naomi a reason with her everyday schedule or what she has going on, and it looks like to me she wants more independence. So next we have Maya, Leslie, and Ashley's mom, and they're at a diner and they're gossiping about Danny slapping Haley at the country club. And you know how that goes in a small town. It doesn't take much to get everybody gossiping. So next we got Leslie wonders how it would be to be Nicole Dupree and married to Ted. And I'm sure sooner than later, I hope the reason why she's dreaming that will come out, because I truly believe that Leslie has had a relationship with Ted and that there's more to that story. But moving on. So next we have Danny, and she's asking Bill why he wants to hurt her. She's still in the office with Bill and she's just asking him why he wants to hurt her, and he's telling her that people change in so many words. He's changed, he don't want her no more. But moving on. So Danny tells Haley as she's walking out of Bill's office that she's not special and that the same thing that happened to her one day is going to happen to Haley. And she's right about that. With people like Bill, as we can see, although the soap is new, that he's a person that looks like to me his interest doesn't stay long. I mean, he claims he's in love with Haley, so I guess we'll see. So next, Danny finds Vanessa, and Vanessa's creeping in a diner with some dude, and Danny comes in and she says like, this ain't Doug, who is this dude? And the dude shaking his head like, nah, I'm not Doug. So yeah, so kind of tells you what Vanessa's up to. And plus it in Vanessa's backstory already said that she was in a loveless marriage, so it lets you know that, you know, creeping around is something that Vanessa does. Next we have Vernon and Anita, and they're contemplating pulling Bill's bluff regarding going to Bill and Haley's wedding. But whatever Bill has on them, they can't afford to play that game, so in so many words, they are forced to attend. Next, we got Chelsea and Naomi, and they're talking about how disgusted they are with their dad. And Naomi says that she used to be a daddy's girl and that she's not a daddy's girl anymore because she can't believe her daddy would stoop so low as to get in a relationship with her best friend and then marry her, break up the family and marry this best friend. So, well, ex-best friend. So she's really, really disgusted with her dad. So next we have Anita and Vernon, and they're calling the family to a family meeting. And in this family meeting, you guessed it, they're telling the family that they have to attend Bill and Haley's wedding, including Danny, because Danny was planning to go to Paris, but now she's forced to attend Bill and Haley's wedding. Next, we have Leslie, and she runs Nicole's assistant off of the road Leslie was in a motorcycle and she ran into, well, she caused a situation where the assistant had to swerve, and so the assistant was ran off the road, and that ends episode 3. Bill sees Naomi in the park, and Naomi tells him that he doesn't deserve her respect. And Bill says he wants to make things right with Naomi and Chelsea, and Naomi basically tells Bill that he's dead to her. Next, we have Haley, and she's still pleading for Danny's forgiveness. And I'm gonna need Haley to give it up, turn it loose. It ain't never gonna happen. Leave it alone. You did what you did. You're gonna have to stand 10 toes down in it, because nothing is ever gonna be the same. It's just not. Next, we have Danny, and she tells Haley that she will actively look for ways to make her life miserable. And so, again, like I said, Danny's not having it. So I don't know why Haley keep pleading. Danny is always going to be your enemy from this day forward. Next, we have Mona, and she calls Leslie and tells her that Nicole's assistant Laura didn't come home last night. And next, we find out that Laura has to have surgery and she's going to be out of work for 6 to 8 weeks. Then Mona tells Leslie she will have to call the temp agency due to Laura having to have surgery. Then we have Leslie, and she suggests that her daughter Eva could replace Laura during her absence. And so Mona tells Leslie she will call Eva about an interview. And lastly, we have Danny and Andre, and they're talking about Danny's formal model days, and Andre is flirting like the flirt that he is. And so he and Danny begin to dance, and they're kissing, and Danny is like Stella with getting her groove back, and her and Andre walks into the room, and we already know how that's going to end. And that ends episode 4.